Okay, this video is called Why I Swim Alone. Okay, what this is all about is I get lots of viewer comments and they ask me, well, why don't you talk to so-and-so, some other nutrition person and discuss some subject? And what I'm trying to say is the regular public doesn't understand. No one gives a rat's ass about them. They don't care about figuring out the truth, okay? I divide the other nutritions mostly into what I call liars, sellouts, and dumbshits. Okay, the liars are people like paleo, keto, carnivore. They really have nothing to support their nutritional recommendations, but they're being paid to promote these things. And it's a way to be popular, get on the bro science circus, so they're just going to circulate the same nonsense. And there's no discussion there. Okay, there's the sellouts, people promoting olive oil and soy and all this other nonsense. And they're paid to do that, or they're selling it, or some other game. And a few of them are just stupid and don't really know what they're talking about. But in general, they're the educated who sold out, okay? And then there's just, people who are stupid and, they're nice, but there's no point in talking to them. So what I'm trying to say is there's very few people that really study and are trying to figure out the truth. There are some questions that are important and remain. What percent of the diet should be raw? Dr. McDougall felt 90% should be starch, the other 5% veggies and fruits. But I think in other cases, somebody who's healthy and more active, it certainly could be more than that. And there's other reasons why it can sometimes be more than that. That's something that I haven't completely figured out yet, and that's interesting. Okay, what I'm interested in, I'm not interested in having a fake conversation with some BS artist. What I'm interested in is, discovering a deeper understanding of things, a deeper understanding of mitochondria. That's interesting. Mitochondria inhibitors, their role in disease. That's interesting. Toxins, toxicology, what's safe and unsafe, and the slow poisons in the food supply. Mechanisms of ion pumps and how that relates to calcium metabolism and endoplasmic reticulum and the mitochondria, how the body, the individual cells can ramp up their metabolic rate, their activity level. All that stuff is what I'm trying to figure out. I have a unique ability to read complex pathophysiology from multiple different fields. That's interesting to me. I don't have a lot of free time. I work full time. Okay, I'm also interested in understanding Western civilization and trying to teach people about it because I know the younger generation and a lot of the older generation too, they just don't know that much about it and they don't realize how magnificent it is. All the other civilizations compared to Western Christian civilization, they suck, okay? They stink. And if you want to debate that, show me their art. Show me their art. Show me their literature. Show me what they've done. Why do they all want to move to Western Christian civilization and destroy it? Okay? Because it's better than their civilization. But instead of enjoying it and magnifying it and improving it, they want to destroy it. Well, why? Okay? What are you going to do to improve it? What is, this hand, the LEFT side going to do to replace the Bible and Christianity? What do you call it? The transvestite story hour, at school. What is that? It's BS. They have nothing. Okay, so people should, right now, all of Western civilization, Christendom, is being actively destroyed. And you know what's coming next? They're going to burn down all the churches. They're going to make the Bible illegal. They're going to declare everything Christian as hate speech. They're going to throw Christians in jail. They're going to execute them. That's what's coming. That's what the Soviets did. That's what always happens when you go down that path of the cow, the moon, and the east. Okay, so hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully it won't happen in America. It's farther along in Europe, in Ireland, in Italy, in France, in a lot of places, in Australia, and New Zealand. So that's the major issue of our age. So, you think you're doing something good by ignoring it. You can't ignore that, okay? And everybody's been trained by the public schools. You like to think, oh, white people are bad. Oh, bullshit. Why does everybody want to live where the white people are, okay? Where the white Christian civilization, everybody wants to move to their town, okay? Everybody wants to move to their country. They don't want to go to the other countries. Everybody wants to come to their country. And then they want to change the rules and partner up with billionaire destroyers who want to destroy everything. And what's going to be the end result of it? Third world slavery is going to come back to these other countries, to Western Christendom. And there won't be any free places left on earth. Okay? The super rich, they don't want all this free speech and all this Christianity stuff. Christianity says all men are equal in the eyes of God. They don't believe that. They believe they are the rich and the powerful. Everybody else is just a stupid peasant and should be treated like a farm animal. Okay? So anyways, I want to try to discover whatever I can about health, nutrition, and that sort of thing. I'm also interested in male-female relationships because it's always important for me to understand women because I got to deal with them a lot, okay? From my ex-wife to my girlfriend, etc. All right, so that's interesting to me. But I don't care about all this nonsense over here. So anyways, that's why you'll see. That's why whenever people ask me, oh, why don't you talk to a doctor this or that, nutrition expert this or that, I'm like, yeah, right. Number one, they don't want to talk to me. Number two, for the few that really want to understand something and maybe we could have a mutually beneficial debate, I'd be willing to talk to them. But, that almost never happens. There's very few places that really want to open discussion and to expand knowledge on a subject. So anyways, that's where I'm coming from.